Hey guys, this is lesson 2 of factorization. We're still working with highest common factor, but we're going to start working with variables. So we're not just looking at the numbers now, we're also looking at the variables. Okay, so we can take out variables as highest common factors, but let's start with just the numbers. So I'm going to say what goes into 4, 12, and 8? Well, the answer would be 4, so I need to take out 4 as a highest common factor. Okay, so I know I'm going to have equals 4, open bracket something. Okay, because I've got x's in every single term, I know that x is also a highest common factor, but I need to figure out how many x's. Okay, so I've got 3 x's there, 4 x's there, and 2 x's there. I need to take out the same number of x's from every single term. Okay, so what is the greatest amount of x's that I can take out? It looks like it's x to the power 4, but it's not. Why? Because I can take out 4 x's here, so I can divide through by x to the power 4 there, but over there there aren't 4 x's. You can't divide through by 4 x's if there's only 3, and over there's only 2. Okay, so I'm going to try and divide through by x squared because there's at least 2 x's there, there's at least 2 x's there, and there's at least 2 x's there. So you always choose the smallest amount of that variable. Okay, so in this case, the smallest amount of x's is 2, so I divide through by 2. Okay, so what's the most amount of x's I can take out from each term? X squared, so I take that out as a highest common factor. So now there's my highest common factor, which I'm dividing through by. And now I need to open up my bracket and say what's left over once I've divided through by my highest common factor. So in this case here, the 4's would cancel and the x's would cancel, but I'm still left with an x at the top there. Over here, 12 over 4 will give me 3. And again, the x's will cancel, but I'm left with 2 x's at the top because remember you subtract your exponents. And then the last one, my x's will completely cancel out, but I've got 8 over 4, which equals 2. So that's your final answer. So then you wouldn't go and now distribute that 4x squared back into the bracket because then you're just going to land up over here. So remember you're doing the opposite of distribution. So your answer is in brackets. Let's try another one of these, example 2. Alright, so here's another one. So again, I'm going to say, well, what goes into 12 and 16? And again, the answer is 4. So I know that part of my highest common factor is going to be 4, and I'm dividing through by 4. Okay, then I need to say how many x's can I take out? Because I can see that there's x's in both terms, and I always take out the smaller number. So I'm going to take out x to the power of 3 from both terms. So I know I'm dividing through by x to the power of 3, so that's part of my HCF. And then how many y's? Remember, you take out the smaller number of y's. So I'm not going to choose to take out y to the power of 5. I'm going to take out y to the power of 4. So I divide through by y to the power of 4. Okay, now I'm going to start cancelling out and see what's left over in my bracket. So over there, my x's will cancel. 12 over 4, that will give me 3. And then my y's will cancel, and I'm still left with 1 y at the top. And then if I do the same here, 16 over 4 will give me 4. My y's will completely cancel out, but over here I'm left with 1 x at the top because 4 minus 3 will give me 1. So that's what you're left with. Let's do one last example. Okay, so example 3, just watch out for. So again, I'm going to say, well, what goes into 25 and 50? And the answer is 25, so I'm going to take out 25 as a highest common factor. Then like sometimes you say to yourself, well, how many x's can I take out? Right? You can't take out x's in this one. Why? Because there's not x's in both terms. In order for something to be taken out as a highest common factor, it has to appear in every single term. In this example here, x is only in my first term, so I can't take out x's. I can't take out y's. Okay, so we can't take out any x's or y's because they don't appear in every single term. So my only common factor in this example is 25. So if I divide through by 25, those 25's cancel and I'm left with x plus 50 over 25 is 2y squared. And that's your final answer. Okay, so if it doesn't appear in every single term, then you can't take it out as a highest common factor. Alright, so for homework, I'd like you to try this activity. So there's just 3 of them, and I want you to factorize them. Good luck!